was My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
Today, we are unboxing Islamophobia. This product has pretty much been flying off the shelves since September 11th, 2001, and it has been given a really big boost from a new ad campaign from Donald Trump. Wow. You will notice that there is a Quran. Well, it's actually not a Quran, it's a blank moleskin, but there is this attachable label that says the Quran, so you can let people think that you've read the sacred text that you're savagely criticizing with just some quick Scotch tape. Pretty cool. Oh my God, okay. Looks like they're including a worldview map that helps you emotionally detach from Muslim countries where millions of Muslims live who each interpret Islam in their own way. They included a DVD of Sex and the City 2 to remind you that Islamophobia can also be practiced by rich, educated, unintersectional white feminists. So cool. Oh, yes! Oh my God. So you know how all Muslims have to excuse the actions of very few every time there is a terrorist attack enacted by people who claim Islam is their faith? So now you can try that out by having to excuse, well, the KKK. No matter how wrong it feels, try putting on the hood or try writing a despicable sign and see what it feels like to align yourself with a hate group that hates people in the name of the God you pray to as well.
How are you doing this morning?
Professor, that shirt's offensive. Don't hashtag all lives matter.
All right, see? I was gonna give a lesson on how calculus is not even a thing, but your privilege sparked a necessary conversation. We are gonna have a lesson on the proper use of hashtags about lives mattering.
Aww, do we have to?
Quiet! First up, Black Lives Matter is a direct response to racism in this country. The movement was formed right after Trayvon Martin was killed and his killer was acquitted. Since and before then, black people have been killed by cops and vigilantes and going unpunished. Sam, put that phone away before a Pokemon goes out the window and you will not find it. Now, I will tell you what Black Lives Matter is not. It's not anti-cop, it's not anti-white, it's not a hate group. This is a hate group. Black Lives Matter are not planting black fist statues on white people's lawns, setting them on fire, and running off into the night.
That actually does sound pretty cool.
That's not the point.
What about all lives matter?
All Lives Matter just co-ops Black Lives Matter. It's for people that refuse to acknowledge that racism is a huge problem in our country. Mark, scream I'm drowning. We all could be drowning.
But
we all could be drowning. You see how your issue is not being addressed? An All Lives Matter person has no empathy. Here's a situation you can use All Lives Matter. At the DMV. At long lines at Chipotle. Oh, all lives matter then. And college debt. We are gonna be in college debt for the rest of our lives. All of us. All lives matter.
What about blue lives matter? Don't cops' lives matter?
Blue lives do matter. Of course the police officers matter. But when a police officer is killed, his killer is brought to justice quickly. Done. But a victim of police brutality, their killer is sent home with paid leave for further investigation, even though there's a videotape in HD.
Calling your fellow black friend articulate. Asking someone whether they're good at something based off of their race, gender, or sexuality. Although this is awkward to listen to and really uncomfortable for me to say, many people hear such microaggressions daily. So my friend Linda, an Asian, was sitting in class one day when the girl next to her moved away because Linda apparently smelled like rice. Problems and comments like these are detrimental, and they lead to two devastating problems: perpetuating stereotypes and damaging mental and physical health consequences. First, microaggressions perpetuate stereotypes. Stanford University psychology professor Dr. Claude Steele has shown that women who are exposed with stereotypes about women's poor math performance end up doing worse on math tests. Second, microaggressions permanently damage individuals' health, and we Americans can't take any more health damage. The American Psychological Association states that Asian American college students and Native American women have the highest suicide rate in the country. Mental health issues are prevalent in many who experience microaggressions regardless of their race. Dr. David Williams of Harvard University laments that people who report higher levels of discrimination also have an increased chance at diabetes and cardiovascular disease. So while overt, intentional prejudice may have led to the deaths of many people, like the Ku Klux Klan, microaggressions may also be slowly killing an entire population. I have regularly encountered problems due to my race. Like, I can totally have a Starbucks Gold card, even though I'm not a white girl. I can wear Uggs too. Ugg. And if I automatically assume that you can't because I don't see your race, it means that I'm denying you any type of your negative experiences. Colorblindness ignores prejudice. Dr. Monica Williams, the director for the Center for Mental Health Disparities at the Department of Psychological Brain Science, University of Louisville, explains. Colorblindness creates a society that denies negative experiences and invalidates unique perspectives. Second, we need to increase dialogue. If you notice a microaggression, call it out, especially if you're a victim, because sometimes it's not always about that base. Body types can be micro-y and macro-y. By increasing dialogue and talking about it, we can help include everyone in our conversations.
Don't call me no motherfucking female. I am not a chicken or a wasp or elephant or mosquito or a fucking tarantula. I am a human being. And while I am not one of those human beings that believes that my life is inherently more valuable or more important than other animals, you will not deny me of my humanity. Do I make myself clear? What's up, my beautiful brown babies, and welcome to another episode of Philosophy War. Now today we're going to be discussing the disgusting ass habit of black men to refer to black women as females. And I understand that this is something that's just very prominent in the black community, period, but it also seems to be specific to my generation and younger. And I'm 23 years old, so you know, do the math there. First and foremost, it's a problem because it basically reduces my womanhood, more importantly, my humanity down to my vagina that you assume that I have. Not every woman has a vagina. Not every male has a penis. And you know, when you assume those things, that's called cis sexism. And it's actually quite transphobic. So it's something you should kind of unlearn, boo, because it ain't cute, all right? If you are a female and you are a woman, it reduces your importance, it reduces your significance, and it says that the most important thing about you is the fact that you have a vagina. And you're basically a walking vagina. And that really speaks volumes to how many black men feel about black women. It's a misogynistic slur because basically men will like to use female because it's the technical term to refer to you. But really they just want to have a softer way of saying bitch and or hoe. Why is it that you just cannot refer to women as women? Okay, so if you don't know that person's name, first off, you should just ask for the name, but maybe it's not a one-on-one situation. Maybe you're speaking in terms, maybe you're speaking in general. Why can't you just say women? I don't understand. Why is it so hard for dudes to say women? It's like they just cannot fathom giving us respect. They have to refer to us as bitch or a hoe or a chick or a broad or a slut or anything. They just can't fucking say women.
It was My Little Pony.